pie, but it was just they just chose one of the employees.
Right.
And I won a turkey. They came to tell me the good news. You won a turkey.
How do you like that? You just started it without my even knowing this so we could hear the story. Again, I asked Reb Tzvi, by the way, Boker Tov, Anachnu b'Meir Tzvi. So I asked Tzvi, did he celebrate Thanksgiving? And he said that in his first employment, he won a turkey. And could I ask you something? Was it kosher?
No.
It wasn't kosher. So what did you do with the turkey?
I gave it to a guy that was sitting in my area. He was very happy.
Oh, you got the turkey.
He got the turkey.
Okay. But
he got the turkey.
Isn't it a time to go hodu? So hodu Lashem
ki
hitoi ki le'olam chasto Lashem ki hitoi ki le'olam chasto. Of course, Tzvi always gives the right answer, even though he's still looking up the answer for his own question. But I asked him, do you celebrate Thanksgiving? He says, yes, every day. That's the answer. Baruch Hashem, Hodul Hashem. And everyone's invited to join us in our dance 2 minutes before Zman Tzitzis and Van Tefillin. Come join us. Today, you got a Charlap Arain.
Really? It's Charlap Yom?
Oh, he immediately understands everything. And he's the Rav of my neighborhood. Anybody comes in the Shari Chesed, you could daven above JFK, above Minchas Chinuch. In the same building, we have Beis Zvul. Zvul for the father of Yaakov Moshe ben Zvulin, Chalap, Beis Zvul. And
but there's a Rehov Charlap.
Okay.
Where that's also in Rechavia, right?
Yeah, okay. I'll have the Charlap Orion, I told you. Today is Zion Kislev, and I must start this year with, I just spoke to my Rebbitzin, that it is her paternal great-grandmother's yahrzeit today, Freda Bas Aryeh Leib, the wife of Shimon Rabinowitz. And according to what I just found out, there is some sort of, through the Rabinowitz family, there is some sort of lineage through the Kramer family.
Kramer? To the Vilna Gaon?
The Vilna Gaon, supposedly.
Oh.
But we have to check into that. We have a
the Vilna Gaon had a mathematical theorem named after him?
I know Amayel Meshulash. Isn't that, didn't he write Ma'al Meshulash?
Ayel
Meshulash.
Yeah, but that's a sefer. But there was actually a
theorem.
A theorem, a mathematical theorem that was named, called Kramer's theorem.
Kramer's theorem. I have to look it up.
You know who told me that? Rav Aaron Feldman. Yirmiyah? Well, Yirmiyah, what's his name?
Shmaryahu. You got to know your name.
Shmaryahu.
Or Alexa Peugeot, you know. You have to know.
Here, Kramer's theorem. Rav Aaron Feldman, the Rosh Hashiva of Ner Yisrael,
who davens with us every so often,
who comes to the Kaisel Cholamoy because he comes back every Yom Tif. He once told me that there was a theorem that was named after the Gaon Mivilna called Kramer's theorem.
Kramer's theorem.
Oh, are you aware of that?
Okay, here we're going to find out. Anybody could check it out. And what's more important is if anyone could, in the chat, we will give them a special reward if they could tell us what the theorem is. That's more than, not to know that who made it, but what the theorem is. Anyway, today's also the yahrzeit of Yosef David ben Yitzchak Zinsheim, and Shlomo Binyamin ben Yehuda Leib Ashlag. When you hear the name Ashlag, what does it immediately bring up to you?
Potash.
If you learn Potash, if you learn Yerushalmi, the famous Pirish of Yerushalmi, Ashlag.
Shut that off.
What, it turned it on its own? It did? We must have said something that triggered it. We have to figure out what we just said. Oh, you said Potash. Oh, there it goes on again. Okay, Ashlag. Okay, so we've covered. Okay, I really also, a lot of beginnings. This is all preamble for our shir that we got out of the 28 halalim that we were supposed to get. We're down to 2. And we got, Baruch Hashem, we got the halal. We got, unfortunately, Dror Or, who was 48 years old when he was killed, along with his wife. His wife, Yonat. He was killed, and he's from Kibbutz Be'eri, and his 2 daughters, 2 children, were kidnapped. At the same time, Alma and Noam. Is Noam a girl's name? Could that be? I think it's 2 girls. I don't know if it's... But anyway, they were kidnapped, and they were released in one of the first releases. So Nebuch, these 2 orphans, lost their parents, and now they get to have the Kavura and Eretz Yisrael of their father, Dror Or. Okay, who was...
The Vilna Gaon had a theorem that was named after him. It was called Kramer's theorem. Are you aware of that?
Okay. You're asking Vixby, or what do you have? You have... coming up, you have AI, chat box? Is that...
I use Claude.
Claude. Okay, anyway. So we have to do our Tehillim.
So it said here...
this is a Claude answer, immediately.
Yeah, no, it said it's not the right answer, though. It says that there is a Kramer's theorem, is a fundamental result in quantum mechanics that states that in systems with an odd number of electrons, subject to time reversal symmetry, every energy level must be at least doubly degenerate.
I doubt. That's like enthalpy. Did you take Did you take physical chemistry?
No.
Enthalpy and entropy?
A Dutch physicist, but I said to him, Kramer's theorem from the Vilna Gaon. So it said, okay, who was the villager-owned unho? Let's see.
Okay.
The Vilna Gaon was a great Jewish scholar. He was from a city called Vilna, and he was known as the Vilna Gaon. His last name, Gaon, G-A-O-N.
Was Kramer.
He was his last name was Kramer.
Eliyahu Kramer.
And Eliyahu Kramer, it was his name, and I'm asking if you recognize a mathematical theorem that was named after him.
Okay. Meanwhile, we should be saying our Tehillim while you Claude. Okay.
It's interesting. He's not aware of any mathematical theorem named after the Vilna Gaon.
So you'll have to ask Rav Aaron Feldman.
Although he was known to have studied mathematics and astronomy.
I'm sorry, but I need more context or a specific question.
Boy, I'm telling you, we get everybody. Everybody's on the case.
It's a chavrusa.
Chavrusa. All right, we go. Okay. Para 56. Nun Vav.
מזמור נ"ו. מנצח על יונת אלם רחוקים ודוד מכתם ואחוז אותו פלישתים בגד.
חונני אלוקים
כשעפני אנוש
כל היום
לוחם ילחצני. שאפו שוררי כל היום
כי רבים
לוחמים לי
מרום.
יום אירה אני אליך ואלוהים אהלל דברו ואלוהים בטחתי לא אירה מה יעשה בשר לי
כל היום
כל היום דברי יעצבו עלי כל מחשבותם לרע
יגורו
יצפונו
המה
עקבי ישמורו
כאשר
כיוו נפשי
על אבן
פלט למו ואף עמים הורד אלוהים נודי ספרת אתה שימה דמעתי ונודיך הלא בספרתך אז ישובו אויבי אחור ביום אקרא זה ידעתי כי אלוהים לי ואלוהים אהלל דבר באדוני אהלל דבר ואלוהים בטחתי לא אירא מה יעשה אדם לי עלי אלוהים נדריך אשלם תודות לך כי הצלת נפשי ממוות, הלא רגלי מדחי, להתהלך
לפני אלוקים באור החיים. אחינו
כל
בית ישראל, אחינו כל בית ישראל, הנשונים בצרה בצרה ובשביה, עומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. המקום ירחם ירחם עליהם, יוציאם מצרה לרווחה, ומעפר לעירה, ומשיבה לגאולה עשה, בגלה ובזמן קוראים. נאמר אמן. אנחנו צריכים להגיד לאלה שלא יודעים, אנחנו גם כן לומדים יידיש, ואני לוקח את הפסוק האחרון מפה, פרק שאנחנו אומרים לתרגום ביידיש. כי הצלתי נפשי ממוות, weil du hast Matzel gewen, mein Leben von Teut, hallo Ragli, mein Fiss, hast du Matzel gewen, Nidhchi, nicht zu werden verstoßen. Okay? The word verstoßen is pushed away. Nidhchi, to push away. Verstoßen, it doesn't make any sense. Nidhchi, nicht zu werden verstoßen, should not be pushed away. Lihischalech lifnei Elokim, kedei ich soll kennen, arois gehen fahren Ebersten, in Beis HaMikdash, be'orach Chaim, in Lichtigkeit von Leben, Hashem Yisborach hat mir Matzel gewen, als ich mich umgekehrt auf Eretz Yisrael. Umgekehrt is to return. To return. To return. Umgekehrt is to return to Eretz Yisrael. Okay, that's my Yiddish for today, and I hope you don't have it in the trunk today. You don't have it anywhere.
No, I don't, but I think I have a couple of words that I had put aside here because they were difficult words. One of them is, it was asked to say, like the following sentence: in class, one acts with respect. In class, how do you say one acts with respect? How would you say that?
In cheder, er soll sein a guter Bacher. Mit covered.
So I wrote
Covered
in class, men fiert min derech eretz.
Yeah, okay, that's even better.
It was wrong.
Mit covered.
It says the way you say it, and this is the reason why I'm learning my Beis Yehuda, because you have to learn how to lernen wie reden Yiddish. In class führt man sich auf mit der Eretz. Führt man sich auf. Führt man sich auf.
Okay.
That's how you say one acts.
I know you want to put in everything because it's Thanksgiving. You always want to put in that oath. I know that.
So you like that? I was just.
That is a very good Yiddish interjection.
That was one, and the other one was, my father never derived any pride from me.
Mein Vater hat nicht gehabt Nachas von mir.
So I said. So I wrote, mein Vater hat nicht keinmal Nachas von mir. And it's wrong.
Keinmal nicht Nachas gehabt.
Keinmal nicht geschäbt kein.
Geschäbt Nachas.
Geschäbt kein
Nachas. Okay.
Keinmal nicht geschäbt kein Nachas.
That's three negatives, which becomes a positive. Two negatives is better.
I just wanted to show you my new gloves.
Yeah, well, I saw what you did. No, they are baseball gloves, my dear friend.
These are my gloves for exercising limited.
You could hear, everybody should see. There, that's what he's talking about. The Yada Chazaka. There's no chatzitza in those gloves. Anyway, let's go to we're getting into the neighborhood of Rechavi and Shari Chesed, where the Rav was Reb Yaakov Moshe Charlap, ben Reb Zvulun. Nolad Yerushalayim ב-1883 ונפטר כאן, בירושלים, כאן, בזין כסלו שזה היום ב-1951. נטמן בבייס הקבורס בסנהדריה. השם חרל"פ, we guess what are the ראשי תיבos? משם אחד מאבותיו מלפני כמה דורות, חיה ראש ליהודי פולין. חרל"פ. חיה ראש, חר?
What's Chaya Rosh?
Chaya Rosh. I don't know, Chaya Rosh. Long live the head. The head, the Yehudei Polin. Aviv Allah be'aldena na'ar le'eretz Yisrael v'shimesh b'Yerushalayim k'dayan b'beit Yinosh Rab Yeshua Leib Diskin. B'tzirotov lamad Rab Yaakov Moshe b'Talmud Torah Eitz Chaim.
Wonder if that's where the expression "heads up" came from.
Oh, that's very good. I think heads up comes very simply. If something's going to fall on your head, you better put your head up and see it. That's another reason. Anyway, Reb Shulei Diskin, whose street I live on. B'tzirato lamad Reb Yaakov Moshe b'Talmud Torah Eitz Chaim Amati v'Tel Aviv Reb Zvulun. Rabbo Hasheni Haya Yoshua Tzvi Michal Shapiro. Shesamach alav es yodav. He got smicha. Masalo achar michen lekol ksava b'chidushei Torah. Nisa l'rosh Leisha et Pastia Michil Michal Vernikovsky.
Pasya.
And it's a
I
good
bet you they had a nice chasana.
What makes Pastia? Why? What makes it a nice chasana?
No.
Okay, could have. I'm sure it was.
Oh, he had a nice chasana.
Chaptirta Nisar Leisha Rivka. He had Zivuk Sheni. Rivka Ida Bas Rav Shlomo Nassim Kotler.
First wife.
It says Piti Rata. After she was nifter. Cutler, the Baal Shalish Chuvas Karen Shlomo. Rabbi Yaakov Moshe Pagash Biafo at Rabbi Aram Yitzchak Al Cook, Vayol Talmido. Achar Ptirat Rav Cook, Nitmanel Rosh Yeshiva Merkaz Rav. Did you know Rav Chalap was Rosh Yeshiva Chalap? Gam Hayah Muhammad Rabbanut Rashit, Avol L'Simchato. Nivchar Lohu El Rab Yitzchak Isaac Halevi Herzog. How do you like that? He didn't really want the job. Just like Rabbi Yosha Ber, Soloveitchik, so I hear. According to rumors, he didn't really want the job. Kashir Nozda Shchunat Shari Chesed, which we are just entering right now. Bishnat Elf Shamar Chamesh. Now we know that Shari Chesed is 120 years old. Igish Lo Toshaver Ktav Rabbanut. Hagon Rab Yosef David Haridbaz. Rabba Shel Slutz. Sheyab Sofiam Yimav B'Tzvat. Katav Uz. The Toshavei Shchuna. Roihu Ravchem Hatzair. L'shamesh Rab B'Krach Gadol. Ela Yafa Shchuna Ktana B'Yushalayim B'Krach Gadol B'Chutz La'aretz. Hear that?
I like that.
You like that?
How do you say it?
He said.
Yofe?
Yafa Shchuna Ktana B'Yushalayim Mikrach Gadol B'Chutz La'aretz. And I'll tell you, Besser is a kleine shtetl in Yerushalayim, the große shtetl in Chutz La'aretz. Hear that? We put that in Yiddish. And we even had Tzvi's Yiddish words. We will continue this year. Baderech. Lichtika. So Lichtika Derech, because we're in Hanukkah.
We're in a Lichtika month.
How many more days to Hanukkah? We didn't say that. Anyway, here comes Avi talking about music. Avi was a musician. And
what did he play?
Avi, he just waved to his wife. You should know that. He waves twice.
He blew a kiss, so I hope it was his wife.
Avi, we were just asking, what instruments did you play? Piano and quartervax?
So he still plays.
Yeah, I started with the quartervax.
You started with quartervax?
What's a quartervax?
A duovox.
A duovox.
Oh, what is that?
That's everything.
Yeah, good old days.
An accordion?
And then I switched to keyboards.
Keyboards.
So you still play?
I can.
What was the name? Sherman Orchestra?
No.
Never?
Nagina. I worked for Nagina.
Oh, you worked
for Nagina?
For many years. Shelley Lang.
Shelley Lang.
You know Michael Burl?
Who?
Michael Burl?
Yeah, of course.
It's my brother-in-law's brother-in-law.
Yeah. Good old days.
Good old
good,
days,
good.
huh?
And yeah, still there. We're all good young days. Good young days are here again.
Sure.
Okay, Avi, have a great morning. Okay. A Floridonian, originally from Brooklyn. Okay. Okay. Chaim Tovim.
Chaim Tovim.
Look at those fancy new gloves. Oh, wow. The trouble is that your pinkies are going to be cold. We're still broadcasting. I think I don't even know if I'm up or down. I am so confused, but we're getting close to our Makom Kavua. And okay, very soon we'll be able to, we should wish Lema to all our Cholim, and Malka Bas Rivka, Steve Gardner's wife Marcia, needs a refuah. And here we are. We can continue with Rav Chalap. Hope I'm not upside down. I think I'm okay. It might be sideways. You know what? Let me go this way. Here we go. Okay, and we said Hayaragil Idrosh Bebek Knesset Agra, which, if you know, Shari Chesed is right around the corner. Kishenozda Shkunat Rechavia Univchar Gam L'Rabba Shel Shkuna Zu. Not only Shari Chesed, Rechavia. V'yaka Moshe Haya Gadol B'Torah V'gam B'Chasidus V'Kabbalah. Echad Migdolei HaMekubalim Haya Omer Halavai Hayiti Zochel Itpalel Arvit Shalel Yom HaKippurim Ba'otat Vekus Shemitpal Reb Yaakov Moshe Tfilas Arvit Shel Chol. Yuchad Haya Shirat Yam B'Beit Rav Chalap. Good morning. Mikol Yerushalayim Naharu L'Shari Chesed V'Amir Teshira B'Tlavut Nimshechet Ad Alut Shachar. B'Shnat 1914 Yotza Mishlachat Rabbanim L'Bikur B'Galil, the famous Masha Moshavot, the Matarat Kiruv Levavot, Bein HaYishuv HaYoshev HaYishuv HaChakloi HaKadosh. The good idea for Klal Yisrael to get together instead of demonstrations, that we could really go to kibbutzim, embrace each other. Mishlachat Ayu Rab Moshe Klaz Mitaveri Rab Befol Zilmer Mitzvat Rab Yosef Chaim Zanafel Yerushalayim Rosham Rabbah Sheyafo Avram Yitzchak HaKohen Cook. Begiam li'ir Akko Nimna Rab Yaakov Moshe L'Hamshich B'Amro Kevon Shekam Lo Hitziku Olei Bovel Eni Yotzei Meretz Yisrael L'Chutzos. Arav Cook Hit Ragesh Mehachlatat Tamido She'amad B'Nisyon Nashko Amatzcha V'Amar Ashrecha She'encha Poresh Afilu L'Shah Kala Me'ad Mazakodesh. Hu Chiber Rab Yaakov Moshe Chalap Chiber at Tovim Orot, Hagen al Divrei Rav Cook b'Sefer Orot, Mipnei Knai Yerushalayim, Shatzu B'Neged HaSefer, Meir Morom, Sidrat Sifriyat Svarim B'Machshava, Be'ur Shmona Yipurakim Rambam Avos, Pirish HaMasechta Avos, Lechem Abiram, Prakim B'Ramot Yisrael, B'Tichat She'arim, Ashari Kodesh Shel Rozei Elyon, Haggadah Shel Pesach, Pirish Haggadah Shel Pesach, Binat HaMikros, Pirish Al Torah, Imayne Yeshua, Ori V'Yishi, Al Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, Beis Zvul. That's where we get to daven, and that's Yaakov Moshe, Shelish Chuvas Aserach Lakim Zvul, Bezecher Aviv Rav Zvulun, Heid Harim, Igrot Ben Rav Chalap, the Rav Cook, Tzvi Letzadik Al Rabo, Al Rav Tzvi Michal Shapiro. Me'Yodavra Michal, Rav Bronx, Be'artzot Abrit, Rav Chaim Zvulun, Rishon LeZion, Rav Yosef Zev, Rosh Beit Zvul B'Yerushalayim. There's a whole story here. I think you could check it out. I want to also mention Yosef David ben Yitzchak Zinsheim, שנולד ב-1745 ונפטר ב-1812, נולד בגרמניה, ב-1762 עבר לבירנהיים, ב-1818 ב-1786 היה ראש ישיבה, עקב רדיפות ברח לגלנסברג, לסטראוסברג בצרפת. ב-1808 היה רב ראשי בקונסיסטר בצרפת. הוא חיבר יד דוד מנחת עוני, דס דוד. הוא היה הנשיא של הסנהדרין שהקים על ידי נפוליאון ב-1807. היום זה גם כן היורצייט שלמה בנימין ויהודה לייב אשלג, שנולד ב-1909 ונפטר ב-1983, שנולד בפולין. ב-1988 עלה לארץ ישראל לירושלים, למד בישיבת תורס אמס, חי העולם, עץ חיים, אחר כך למד בישיבת בייס יוסף ונברדיק, עוזר לאביו in Parish Hasulam, the famous Salem, Ashlag. When you know Yerushalmi, Sulam is a very famous parish. Huya Mekubal Mechaber Tav Eitz Uma Be'el Sham Arabahim. עד כאן היורצייטים של היום. אנחנו ממשיכים בפרק י"ז בנדחי ישראל. אנחנו מזכירים את הגמורה בקדושין פי בייז עמד בייז, שכל אומנוס העולם עומדוס לו לאדם באייס ילדוסו ולאייס זקנוסו מייס מוטל ברו. When it comes to secular professions, a person only has security when he's young, but when he gets older, age, they force mandatory retirement and all that stuff, and if he doesn't have any savings, he could starve. Torah is forever, Netzach Yisrael. Kishehu chalash, shene'amar, v'kovei Hashem yachlifu koach, Yeshayahu Perek Mem, Pasuk Lamed Aleph. A person gets koach all the time from learning Torah. Gam zeh, shemlame l'no, umna sorich lechul amal lamdo, tchil v'gam eish, shehu panay min lachto Torah v'yiras shemayim. Person, even if he's busy with his profession, he should take the time to make sure that his son gets a proper Jewish education. If he thinks that he could get away with being a workaholic for himself and not taking care of his children, he'll find out that in his work alone, gufa, kama inyanim mi'isur gizel v'gam od takolos rabos pirtzas adas l'garmi chas v'sholom, that he will confront many obstacles involving even corporate theft and other obstacles that involve his religion. B'frat b'yameinu, especially in our days, she'im lo yiyeh kavua b'nafsho min urav yedias haTorah. If a person does not have ingrained in him the basics, the fundamentals of Judaism, shmiras hamitzvos, and the importance of observing Hashem's commandments, motzei ma'od she'yachal achar kach Shabbos, eventually you'll go down that slippery slope and will desecrate the Shabbos, the Mlachos Gemara Sheyesh Alein Chayiv Skila, that very severe prohibitions. Vafilu b'liman haTorah sheyadua shehi meganim min yisurim misalim min achet. Even if he studies whatever Torah he has should protect him. Amru. And it's said in Pirkei Avos, Perek Beis, Mishnah Beis, Kol Torah she'eni mamalacha, sofa b'teila b'koras oven. So, not only should you have Torah, but you should also earn an honest profession. Otherwise, you'll end up sinning. Kol shekain, b'limet amalacha below Torah. If that's the way it is, you learn Torah and you don't have a proper malacha. What about if you have a proper malacha, but you don't learn Torah? B'vadei gores avonos harbe, will cause eventual great sins, v'gam pirtzas adas, and breaches in our observance of religion. Mechal chas v'shalom. Zeh afilu In most Umnos, Ovstaka Shu Ben Yud Gimel Dalet Kol Shkenim, most Lezeb Odo Nar Koton She'eni Yodea Midas Torah, Adayin Klal B'Vadai Avon Gadol Hov Shenas Emorgo N'Ruv Le'elev Shove B'Darchei Libo. If a person does not have proper chinuch from the get-go, all the way, we should say, Torah Tziva Lana Moshe Torah, the first words out of his mouth, if you don't teach him from infancy to how important it is to say Torah, teach him Shema Yisrael, Moda'ani, then from his early days he will not behave properly. Eventually he will be a totally non-observant. It would not bother him to desecrate the Shabbos publicly, as we see in our own generation. How many people have left our religion because they were not ingrained in their youth? What happens if the father says to him, you know, you do have some Yiddish education, why don't you observe it? But then he'll answer to his father, he said, I don't have to listen to you anymore. I'm independent. I earn my own my own salary. He'll say, what? What's my bad? Why am I sinning? Which we will continue with tomorrow, and we will see what the Vilna Gaon has to say. Again, according today is the yahrzeit of my dear Rebbetzin's great grandmother, Freda was Arya Leib, that stamp, that supposedly she is the key going all the way back to the Kramer family of Vilna Gaon. So the Neshama Zilhaman Aliyah, and we should have Psaros Tovos Yeshuas V'nechamos.